they're having out there?
No, it's not a church thing.
Oh, okay.
It's just there's a well, I can't remember their exact name, but there's just a walkers group of Columbia Mo,
Yeah. Oh, okay.
and they have weekly bike rides, weekly women's walks, and then there's just a weekly walk for anybody. Um, and usually on Mondays they have the women's walk, but because of Memorial Day, they decided to just have
Yeah.
an all-inclusive event for Memorial Day.
Yeah.
And yeah, I figured I'd
Yeah.
take a look, see what's going on
Yeah.
over there. It's not too far away.
Might be fun.
Yeah, could be.
But,
And I'll have an excuse to walk on the trail and see what the trail's all about.
yeah. Yeah, me and her used to walk that trail a lot there on Bear Creek. Now the other end of it, we walked that one time. We walked however we walked or wherever we walked from, we came out someplace else and Doug picked us up.
Hmm.
Someplace besides over here, you know. I think we left from Cosmo Park. I know we walked uphill and downhill and uphill, and it was 90 some degrees that day. I thought I was going to croak before I got where we was going. And I said, there ain't no way I can walk it back, you know. So she just called Doug and had Doug come get us. Um, I think we left from Cosmo Park. I don't know what trail it is going out of Cosmo Park. But I know I don't want to walk it no more. I mean, I never seen so much uphill. I mean, you know, rocky uphill.
Yeah.
And he wound up, I think, packing Pearl. Packing Pearl or Sarah won. I think it was Pearl. Lisa packed Sarah, I guess. But I think he wound up packing Pearl because she got tired, you know.
Yeah.
But I can walk fairly decent on flat surfaces. But you give me stuff that's not very, and my balance is not that good anymore. Getting too old to cut the mustard anymore. But we used to we took Sarah with us quite a bit out there. And we took Cole with us one time. Well, that was a big mistake. But she sure got some good pictures of him that day because she took a bunch of pictures of him. And he was little. I mean, you know. And they're still on my computer somewhere. I ran across some of my memories the other day. And I'm running across an awful lot of reunion pictures now,
Yeah.
you know. And we had a reunion the year Brian passed away, and we haven't had one since then. But the people that enjoyed that the most can no longer make the trip, you know. And I don't, Randy wants to keep it going. But I told him, I said, you know, that's okay for the ones that still feels like going. But there's a lot of them that don't even want to go anymore. Because Joe and Judy can't come. Both them in bad shape. Nat and HD, both them in bad shape. and them was the two leaders of the thing, and there's no way that Nine and HD could do it. And even if everybody went to their house, it'd just be too much on her,
Mm-hmm.
you know. Uh, she had her whole family except one couple and their two kids was at her house yesterday for Memorial Day, and she said last night. She said, Mama," she said, "Edith, I'm just so tired." She said, I enjoyed having them because when they go to her house, they take care of stuff that needs to be took care of. If there's stuff that needs fixing, they fix it. The yard needs mowing, they mow it. They take care of everything for her. They wash the dishes and clean up her kitchen, and when they get done, if there's enough time, she can't get in the shower anymore. They put her in the shower and give her a shower. A couple of the girls do. And by that time, she's just so wore out, she can't function anymore,
Mm-hmm.
And she's got to watch HD. He gets out there on he's got a motorized scooter, that he can get around the house in.
Is he doing tricks?
And I would say electric. Might be battery operated or whatever. But anyway, he uses that to get around the house and go outside and wander around, on it. But you got to watch him. He takes off on it.
Yeah, he's a bit of a crazy driver.
Yeah. And as long as he just goes in the yard, that's okay. But if he goes down the hill towards the mailbox and the thing turns over on him, he's going to be in trouble.
Yeah.
Because I don't think she could lift it off of him. But they watch him pretty close. All the men folks watch what HD's doing, And I noticed they were scraping paint off the end of the house and getting ready to paint the end of the house. And the man, that was doing the stuff for her, he got just suddenly sick. Of course, I guess it's been coming on a long time, but he just finally got where he couldn't do anything. Wound up in the hospital, and he only lived about 3 days in the hospital. He died.
Wow.
So they don't have that help anymore. He was a landscaper, and he kept her flowers. She had beautiful flowers because he kept everything,
Mm-hmm.
planted new stuff and took care of it and everything. And she don't have that no more. So about the only one that cares that much about the flowers is Talitha, her second oldest daughter. And she cares a lot about the flowers, So she works with the flowers the best she can, and but she also works about 5 days a week too.
Mm-hmm.
And she used to be. She weighed 260, 70, grippy girl. And she started Weight Watchers over a year ago. Almost 2 years ago. But she's down now to, her goal was to weigh 150 because she's tall.
Mm-hmm.
And she reached her goal. But it doesn't look like her anymore. It just does not look like her at all. And me and Randy and Vicki went up there a couple weeks ago, and it just didn't look like her at all. She was so slim and everything, and where you can really tell it at is in here, her face. And this part under here, it was so bad that they had to do surgery on her and take those off.
Mm-hmm.
So she doesn't have that anymore. But they went from, where it starts at the shoulder down to the elbow,
Yeah.
and took all that off. I think, what she say it weighed? 34 pounds or something like that.
34 pounds of skin?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's just loose skin, you know, from losing so much weight. So they really had to fight the insurance company to get it done. But the doctors told them that it was affecting her health, And after 3 or 4 back and forth with the doctors, they finally agreed to pay for it, to get it done. But, I couldn't live up there in Illinois. I don't know what she's going to do if something happens to HD before it does her. Because I don't think she's only got 3 kids. One of them moved to Arizona. Her oldest daughter, Bisbee, Arizona. They tried to get Tombstone because they both of them retired, and they tried to get into Tombstone, but the next closest town from Tombstone was Bisbee, and they had an opening there in the senior center, and that's where they moved to. They were in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and they both of them decided to retire because I think both of them were starting to have some failing health issues. So they just retired and moved to a retirement community, and they're going to stay out there. So that leaves her with just the 2 girls. Talitha and Susie. Talitha's got 2 kids. None of hers has got kids. Susie has 2 kids, and then she married a guy that had 2 kids. And each one of those 4 kids, I think, has got 2 or 3 kids apiece. So that's where all of her grandchildren came from.
Oh.
And her oldest granddaughter, Nana's oldest granddaughter, just graduated from college, and she was just thrilled to death, because she had 2 little boys, or she's got 2 little boys, 6 and 8, somewhere along in there. Both of them are in school, and the one I notice comes up to about here on his dad, so he must be, but both of them are autistic, and that's what she went to school for, was to learn to work with those kind of children,
That's
since
nice.
she's got the 2 like that. So she'll be teaching, at a place like that. So I don't know whether I'd have. Well, I know I couldn't now. I wouldn't have the patience for anything like that now. But she does a good job. She always coming up with stuff to make money for the autism thing,
Awareness.
They've sold T-shirts, they've made stuff, sold it. They've just done lots and lots of things, because of her two boys.
Yeah.
And
If it's that
both of
close to
them
you.
are doing great in school. They have their meltdowns every once in a while, but then who doesn't nowadays? You know,
Yeah.
it's I do when it rains day after day after day. I come in there and say, I just wish it would rain. I haven't seen no rain since 2 minutes ago. Why doesn't it just rain? I just have all kinds of fits.
I can picture it.
Because we had, what did it rain? About 5 or 6, 7 days there straight in a row.
Mm-hmm. A whole week.
And I thought I would lose my mind, what little I got left. I don't know. It's a good thing I sat kind of up on top of a hill. Well, actually, I don't. I'm down in the valley. But I don't know.
Yeah.
My sister's just 11 months younger than I am, but she's lived such a hard life, you know. I had a hard life, but it wasn't choice. It was what they're going through now. I went through when, taking care of a sick husband and had two little kids, and fortunately none of them have little kids that they have to worry about. They're all grown. And Joe's daughter, his wife is just, I don't know whether she's going to make it or not. She's just, I guess you'd say, by the grace of God, she's still here, you know. But he can't go nowhere or leave her. He did 2 or 3 weeks ago, about 3 weeks ago, I guess. He had his daughter and her husband come up there, and his daughter stayed with his wife, and her husband came with Joe, and they came down, and we went to all the cemeteries down here. First time he'd been away from up there in over 3 years.
Wow.
And he was used to coming down here every Saturday, or just whenever he took a notion. But he can't do that no more.
Yeah.
He just can't. He needs surgery done on his throat, and then he needs radiation treatment on his throat because he's got a growth on his vocal cords. And he can't even leave her long enough to go get a treatment on his throat. So, and what I don't understand is there's county nurses supposed to be for that purpose.
Yeah.
To go stay with somebody,
At least for a little while.
And I just got a feeling he hasn't asked.
Yeah, some guys are stubborn like that.
Yeah. Because they told him from the beginning to the end of the treatment would be about 30 minutes. And that'd be, and then the time getting there and the time getting back. He wouldn't be gone more than an hour. But he can't leave her.
Mm.
They come down here, drove all the way from Wichita, Kansas, down here that day. They picked me up. We went to the cemetery out at Harrisburg and one in Fayette. Come back here, they dropped me off, and they headed straight back to Wichita.
Oh, yeah, I remember.
Yeah, so I know they were both tired. Had to be. Because that's what we done when me and Randy and Vicky went to Nana's the other day. We went up there that morning and came back that afternoon. But I'm not comfortable away from home anymore, Due to the having to put these hose on all the time, you know, and a lot of other stuff, I just need to be here, you know, and it's hard to get somebody to take you, you know, to places like that, and but I'm glad Randy went. Him and HD used to be just, you know, he's the one taught Randy all of his bad habits, and he did do that. He took Randy with him. I don't know how he ever got him in a tavern, but he took Randy with him when he was 10 years old. To a bar someplace there in Illinois, not too far from their house. And HD got drunk, and I guess Randy was just about drunk. 10 years old. But he let Randy drive the car back home. And just before he he almost made it, but just before he got there, he cut a corner too short and went in the ditch. So Bud and Nana had to go down and get him out.
Well, at least it didn't involve another vehicle.
And I was having a fit, and Nana was having a fit. Mostly because he let Randy drive, you know. But I think Randy's been driving since he could see over the windshield, you know.
Yeah, I'd suit him.
He got in Daddy's car one time. We lived way out in the country. And the house was down below, just a little grade, you know, not real steep. And Dad parked his car up there. So Randy goes out. He couldn't have been more than 3, if he was that. Anyhow, he got in that car somehow or other and got it out of gear. And it rolled down that hill right up on the front porch.
Unbelievable.
Right up on the front porch. It scared him bad enough he didn't do it no more. But I don't know. I wish my nose wouldn't itch so bad.
Do you know if there's something causing it?
Huh?
Is there something causing that?
I don't know. It's just... I think the Kleenexes is causing part of it, to tell you the truth.
Really?
The fuzz on the Kleenexes, you know. I go through a box of Kleenexes. I keep one in here and one in the bathroom. And I go through those 2 boxes of Kleenexes in about 3 days.
That's fast.
Yes. But Scott keeps me in Kleenexes all the time. I'm not sure where he gets them, but he keeps me in Kleenexes all the time. So Kleenexes and paper towels and toilet paper. He keeps me in all that stuff.
Yeah. That's nice of him.
Good. But see, after Randy moved back to Moberly, well, he didn't move back to Moberly. He just quit working in Columbia and working in Moberly now. That just leaves Scotty to take me anywhere, you know. But they did come down Saturday, and I think there's a hummingbird moth out there or something on them honeysuckles. Whatever it is black. I don't see it now. I've seen it out there several times. It just hits them just like a hummingbird would, you know. And I think it's hummingbird moth. They look just like a hummingbird. Except I caught one time because I wanted to see what it looked like. Because flying, the wings are going just like a hummingbird's wings.
Really fast.
And it's got a beak on it, kind of like a hummingbird.
Huh.
And I caught one, kind of a small one. But there's some of them that's, great big. But I had some flowers down by the side of the trailer that only bloomed at night. And I waited till they bloomed, and then I went down there and watched them until one of them showed up. And then I caught him. And I just held him like that, so I could see what he looked like. And looked a whole lot like a hummingbird. But you could tell it was a moth, And
I guess you know where he got his name from.
I just had to see for myself what he looked like because he was just darting in and out of the flowers, and everything. And they bloomed that one year, and then I never did see him no more after that.
Huh.
Nightshade or something. But they bloomed at midnight. And then after that,